Stop.
Hello, everyone. Just to frame this, we are foster carers for EFS. Not all of us, just Debbie and I, my wife, who's not here at the moment. She's a bit busy. But this is Shania, pointing at her head. This is Rachel and my other daughter, Sarah. Shania is our kind of adopted daughter over the years, friend, loving person, as much. So, we have been fostering now for about a year, and there has been some ups and downs. I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to ask Sarah first of all. So we've got two little incumbents. They came to us when they were 4 and 7, and they do have problems, and now they are 5 and 8. So Sarah, how's that journey been for you?
I think it's been actually a really productive journey over the past year. We started with a little girl that we couldn't quite help the way we would want to. And then we had these two arrive with us who were just as challenging, but we were in a different way so that we were able to help them in a different way. So I think there's been a lot of tactics and therapeutical approaches that
definitely
Mum and Dad have been able to use to help these girls, and we've been able to see a massive difference from when they first arrived 8-9 months ago to where we are now. And I think that my parents living with the girls, it's a little bit difficult for them to see the changes that have happened, but
like watching a tree grow, sort of thing,
as I don't live with my parents, I moved out in November last year. It's been really easy for me to see the progress that has been being made with the kids from where they were when they first moved in to where they are now. It's like the difference between being in the eye of a hurricane and looking at it from the outside.
Okay, so it's been
it's been a really good journey.
It's a good thing. Okay, so I'm going to come to Rachel last because
I live here.
Because you live here, exactly. That's exactly right. So you got first-hand experience of all of this, and so I'm going to come to Shania, who Shania, if I may say, had a bit of a tricky childhood herself, but has just blossomed and been absolutely such a wonderful member of our family, and is always there for the kids. Shania.
I personally, I agree with Sarah because I see it from an outside perspective, and I'm completely outside of everything. Like, they aren't my foster siblings, but I'm obviously very close with the family, so I see a lot of what goes on. I think they've done brilliantly, and I think that I see a lot of myself within the children, and I get along with them really well. And obviously we come from fairly similar backgrounds, so I get to relate to them a lot on like a personal level, but they are brilliant, and the way that they have grown from when they came here to now is really beautiful to see. And again, it comes with a lot of learning and a lot of growth and a lot of effort from all parties involved.
Yeah, thank you. That's really beautifully put, actually. That's lovely. And I would say it is a difficult journey with the two that we've got. It's not as difficult a journey for most, but that's okay. So we've got two quite high maintenance little girls who are really quite challenging, but have made a lot of progress. And what's the difference that we have made to them? That's the question I think that Louise from EFS has asked us. I'm going to ask Rachel, what is the difference, Rachel, do you think that we have made to these two little girls who came to us from neglect, and they were in quite a bad state? They couldn't use a knife and fork when they arrived. They were covered in nits. They had no clothes, really, and the whole thing was really quite tricky, and no rules. They'd never had any rules, so they were quite feral, if we say. You could say that is.
Can't say that's about children.
Yeah, I can. They were quite feral. They were, they were very.
They were, to be fair.
They were.
Take over now.
All right, fair enough. You take over.
Because but seeing it from like an inside perspective, like, I'm here day in, day out. Like, obviously, there are times I'm not here, but it's like, for me, like, consistency has been really key. Like, doing the same thing over and over again.
Routine.
Yeah, like putting in boundaries and enforcing those boundaries has been a big thing. and they are growing. They have, like, it is clear to see that they've improved, but it is still tricky at times.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really nice to see them like growing and changing within us.
And then I've got to say that they have given you a lot of challenges as well. And you
Yeah,
know,
like I'm doing my GCSEs, and it's a bit hard.
yeah,
It's a bit tricky
it's been,
when you've got screaming children. But do
You're
you
the
know
youngest
what?
that's not the youngest anymore.
Yeah,
and we are coming up to a particular interesting date where they will, you know, our foster kids will know whether or not they were going to stay with us or whether they're going to go home. It's pretty much a given that they're going to stay with us because, you know, home is not a viable option. So we've got a journey ahead of us as well, and we're quite happy to come back and chat about that at a later date. So is fostering a worthwhile thing? Oh my God, we just, you know,
Yeah, absolutely.
absolutely. You know, we couldn't give these two little ones up and see them bounce around the system, you know, because that would just be horrendous. But have we given them a good home? I think we've got.
It feels like the same thing that my mum said when we got the dogs, was that it felt like
the dogs.
it felt. Just listen.
Okay.
It feels like there was a hole in our family that we didn't know about until it was filled.
Oh, that is so beautifully right. That is really sharp. I got it.
Good job, Debbie, for that one.
Okay. So we'll stop recording that. Listen, you know, if we think that you should be fostering, you know, absolutely.
Yeah.
The journey here is amazing.
It's incredible.
It's got ups and downs like everything, but definitely we think, you know, if you choose to foster, you do be doing the right thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. All right. End recording. That's a big finger. Sorry about that. There we go. No, it stopped. It's there. It's still there. Get off.